Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and for those of you who are returning, welcome back. My name is Yaya. I'm so sorry I did not have a video last week. We had the hurricane, I had life, I had work, I was stressed, and so I had to prioritize my mental health. But I'm back bigger and better this week. So this week we're going to be talking about something that's a little bit of a controversial topic for no reason other than the fact that people like to make things controversial topics on the Muslim side of like the internet, because in real life this is not a problem. That is the topic of Mehr, and people talking about what is reasonable, what is not reasonable, you know, wanting certain things for themselves that I'm not even gonna say that is unrealistic, because your Mehr, that's between you and your man. But I'm gonna just be giving you guys my perspective. This is gonna be a little bit of, okay, I'm not that old, I'm almost 30, but I'm not that old, so I'm gonna be giving you guys a little bit of like a big sister perspective. So I'm 29 years old. I know that's not like, in Muslim single world, that is like geriatric age, but in real life it's not that bad. So me coming to you as a big sister, as a, you know, an older woman, I'll take it. The way I approach Mehr is I have a list. I have a Mehr list on my phone. Let me pull up for y'all. I'm gonna tell you why I suggest you making one. It's not just for funsies. It's here. I'm not really gonna show you guys what's on it just because I feel like that's between me and my man. Okay, so the way I approach my Mehr list is I call it my to-do list, because it's things that I want to accomplish for myself. Now, if I happen to get married today and I have a man who is able to help me accomplish those things, or to take, you know, a few things off that list, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. But I don't have this list and I'm strictly sitting and saying, okay, these things will only be accomplished when I get married, so that the man can do it for me. So let's say, for example, my dream car, I want a Range Rover Sport, you know, all white with the black trim. That's my dream car. And, you know, let's say, for example, that's something that's on my Mehr list. It's not, by the way, but we're using this as an example. So if I'm sitting and I'm just keeping that on my, you know, Mehr list, and that's like, okay, when I get married, my husband's gonna do that. What happens is, y'all remember during Ramadan, the Omar Suleiman series, remember when he had the episode about marriage being rizq, and everybody lost their minds, and that was everybody's caption and tweet on Twitter, and people were reposting it up and down on TikTok. Yes, as much as I acknowledge that marriage is risk, what if that never happens for me? So does that mean I'm never gonna get my dream car? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's why I refer to my Mehr list as my to-do list. This list are the list of things that I want to do for myself and that I am actively working on to accomplish for myself. And if a man comes along, and again, if he's able to take one or two things off that list, wonderful. But if I never get married today, I will still, inshallah, accomplish every single thing on this list, inshallah. Actually, because I haven't edited it since 2022, there's two things that I need to take off of it, because guess what? I already accomplished it for myself. So yeah, that's just, I feel like more people should be proactive about creating the life that you want. You can't just sit and think that, okay, you have, you know, all these worldly things going for you, you know, hopefully you're gonna get married to the, you know, most pious, richest man out there who's gonna make all your dreams come true. But what if it doesn't happen? You're just gonna sit there, you're not gonna try to go to school, you're not gonna, you know, learn a skill, you're not gonna try to find a job to make a life for yourself, you're just not gonna do anything for yourself. I don't feel like that's a great way to approach Mehr, and I feel like that's why a lot of people are getting disappointed, or a lot of people are getting angry when this topic comes up, because it's like, okay, on one end, people are setting all these crazy high expectations for what they want for their Mehr while not actively working for it. And mind you, I hate men. That's a
no, she's not gonna say that one.
She was like,
not around me, not today. She don't hate men. She just hasn't found the one that she loves. Okay, put an asterisk and say some. It's not
okay,
all of
not
them.
all men, but somehow always a man. Somehow,
Statistics.
always a man. Not all men, yes, but somehow, always a man. I don't think that men are, or a man, I don't think a man is gonna save you. I don't think a man is going to bibbidi bobbidi boom make all your dreams come true. And even if he is able to, let's say the man is able to afford your $50,000, he's like, all right, $50,000 Mehr, what then? Like, do you see what I'm saying? Don't just ask for things that are, don't just ask for things for the sake of asking things. And because, I mean, one of the, you know, benefits of Mehr for the woman is that in case things go south one day, you have this something that has been put aside that can help you stand on your feet again. I made a video on TikTok that went double, triple platinum on Muslim women TikTok, and I was talking about how when I'm talking to a man for the sake of marriage, there are certain questions that I asked them, and one of the questions that I asked them was, you know, why do you want to have kids? And people were just like mind blown in the comments about it. And some of them were like, okay, first of all, what is a good answer to that question? And like, why would you even ask that question? And a lot of people were asking me, hey, share, this is something that I didn't think about. Can you share the list of questions that you ask a man? I might make a video sharing that, but the thing is, even if I do make that video and, you know, give you guys some ideas or stuff like that, my list of questions should not be your list of questions. For example, me asking a man, why do you want to have kids? That's because I've put a lot of thought into it, and I acknowledge how much kids can come and drastically change your life. And I want someone who has thought about it as well, and who is intentional about the role he is intending to play once those kids come along. I'm not just looking for someone who's just like, okay, marriage, then kids. No, that's not me. That is not me, and I don't want a partner like that. And that's why I asked that question. However, if you're someone who is just like, okay, I want to have a kid regardless, ride or die, whatever, then you wouldn't have that to ask that question, because that doesn't really matter to you. Do you know what I mean? So there's the questions that I ask is based on things that I want or don't want in my life, and also based on experiences that I've seen around me. Again, this question about kids, I have follow-up questions about that, because even if I ask you even if I ask you, hey, why do you want to have kids? And you give me like an acceptable answer in my book, because before asking these questions, in my head, I already know what is an acceptable answer. So that's one thing. So even if you do give me an acceptable answer according to what is already in my thought process, I ask you a follow-up question. So for one of the follow-up questions I ask is, okay, assuming I don't have kids, assuming you don't have kids either, because I don't do men with kids, I'm not stepmother, no. So assuming you don't have kids as well, and we're Muslims and we believe that, you know, qadr Allah and all of that, what happens if we get married today and it's just not in Allah's plan for us to have children? What then? Like, are you open to adoption? Like, is this when, you know, abuse and all of that, insults and divorce and talk of second wives comes into the play? What happens then? So I have other questions that I ask, you know, in relation to that, just to see where your head is at and how much you've, you know, what your thought process is about, you know, such a major event. Honestly, I feel like kids is the single number one thing that is going, like, kids and like illness or like injury or disability, those are like the top 3 things that are going to drastically change your life forever. There's no opting out. But anyway, that is just my thoughts about, like, you know, Mehr and getting to know someone. And that's why I refer to my Mehr list as my to-do list. I have 5 things on the list. I'm going to take out 2 that I've already accomplished, and I'm going to replace them with 2 other things that I want to accomplish. Because if marriage never happens for me, this list is gonna get done regardless. Hope this resonated with someone. Let me know in the comment section what more stuff you guys want to see from me. And if you're not following me on TikTok, go ahead and follow me on TikTok. If you're not following me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram. I am doing a July challenge where I'm posting a reel on Instagram every single day. Speaking of, I need to edit today's reel and post it, but I'm trying to grow my Instagram. I do a lot of yapping, I do a lot of makeup content, I do fashion content, lifestyle content. If that's something that interests you, go ahead and give me a follow, give me a subscribe, turn on your post notifications for my YouTube. Let me know in the comment section what more you would like to see of me, or some topics that you would like to see, hear my perspective on. As you can tell, it's 16 minutes into this video, I am a yapper. But anyway, until next time, bye.